The neon-soaked streets of Terminus Station flickered with the chaos of 1,000 species. But Eleanor moved through the shadows like a wraith. Her silvered skin, a mark of her Kyle-Thari heritage, caught the light in dangerous ways, so she kept her hood drawn low. Every instinct screamed at her to run, but there was nowhere left to go. 3 solar cycles had passed since her exile. 3 cycles since her own people had declared her Vasharok, the marked one. The crime? Refusing to execute a human child during a raid on the mining colony of Persef-7. In Kyle-Thari culture, mercy was weakness and weakness was death. Now, the humans hunted her too. Eleanor pressed herself against the cold metal wall of an alley as boots thundered past. Human mercenaries, their armor bearing the insignia of the Colonial Defense Force. They weren't here for protection. They were here for the bounty on her head. 50,000 credits for the alien terrorist who had slaughtered their people. She hadn't. But truth mattered little when fear ruled the narrative. Her biomonitor chirped softly, warning of depleted energy reserves. She hadn't eaten in 2 days. The few species who might have helped her wouldn't risk harboring a fugitive with prices on her head from both sides of the border. Eleanor was alone, truly alone, in a way her warrior culture had never prepared her for. Sector 7, moving to intercept, a voice crackled over a nearby comm unit. They were getting closer. Eleanor's hand moved to the plasma blade at her hip, her last weapon, nearly drained of power. She could take maybe 3 of them before the charge depleted entirely. After that, it would come down to her claws and centuries of combat training. It wouldn't be enough. Not against a full squad. She was preparing to make her final stand when a hand clamped over her mouth from behind. "Don't move. Don't speak," a voice whispered in flawless Kyle-Thari. Eleanor's training kicked in. She twisted, her elbow driving backward, but her attacker anticipated the move and deflected it with practiced ease. Then she saw his face, human with kind brown eyes that seemed impossibly calm given the circumstances. "My name is Jasper," he said quietly, releasing her. "And I know you didn't kill anyone on Persef-7. Eleanor's hand remained on her weapon. "How?" "Because I was there." Jasper's expression darkened. "I was part of the security detail. I saw what really happened. The raid, the Kyle-Thari warriors, and..." He paused. "I saw you shield that child with your own body. I saw your commander strike you down for it." The memory burned. Eleanor's superior had broken 3 of her ribs with a single blow, calling her a disgrace to their people. She had barely escaped with her life. "Then you know I am Vasharok," Eleanor said bitterly, "marked by my own kind. Why would you help me?" "Because the truth matters." Jasper glanced toward the alley entrance where shadows moved in the distance. "And because I'm tired of watching my people become what we claim to fight against." He pulled out a small device, a military-grade signal jammer. "This will buy us maybe 10 minutes. There's a transport leaving from Bay 47 in 30. Neutral territory, no extradition treaties. But we need to move now." Eleanor studied him, her predator's instincts measuring threat level, sincerity, and motive. Humans were supposed to be weak, emotional, guided by irrationality. That's what her teachers had taught her. But this human spoke with the certainty of a warrior and moved with the grace of a trained fighter. "Why risk this?" she asked. "Your own people will call you traitor." Jasper smiled grimly. "They already have. When I filed my report about what really happened on Persef-7, I was dishonorably discharged. Apparently the truth doesn't fit the narrative they need to justify the war." Understanding flickered in Eleanor's eyes. "He was exiled too, in his own way. The transport," she said. "You have passage for 2? "I do now." He started moving toward the far end of the alley. "But we need to..." Plasma fire lit up the darkness. 3 mercenaries rounded the corner, weapons raised. Target acquired. The alien and the traitor. Time seemed to slow. Eleanor's blade ignited in her hand, its blue light painting the walls. Jasper drew a compact rail pistol, his movements economical and precise. They moved without discussion, without plan, yet somehow perfectly synchronized. Eleanor deflected the first volley with her blade, the plasma round scattering into the walls. Jasper's shots were surgical, one round disabling each mercenary's weapon system, the next their armor's power source. Non-lethal, Eleanor noticed. Even now, fighting for his life, the human chose not to kill his own kind. It should have been weakness. Instead, it was something else entirely. More mercenaries poured into the alley. Eleanor and Jasper fought back to back, her blade dancing between attacks while he provided covering fire. Her biomonitor was screaming now. She was running on pure instinct and rapidly depleting reserves. Bay 47 is 2 sectors over, Jasper shouted. Can you run? Eleanor's response was to grab his arm and pull him into a sprint. Behind them, the sound of pursuit echoed off the metal walls. Ahead, uncertainty. But for the first time in 3 cycles, Eleanor wasn't running alone. They burst into the transport bay with minutes to spare. The ship's captain, a grizzled Vortani with knowing eyes, took one look at them and gestured toward the boarding ramp. Quickly, the captain rumbled. I have a feeling this station is about to become very unhealthy. As the transport lifted off, Eleanor watched Terminus Station recede below. Somewhere down there, both their peoples would be calling them criminals, traitors, threats to be eliminated. Jasper stood beside her at the viewport, his shoulder nearly touching hers. What now? Eleanor asked. Now? Jasper smiled. Now we survive, together, and maybe, just maybe, we prove that there's another way. Eleanor felt something unfamiliar stirring in her chest, something her culture had tried to train out of her. Hope. The humans have a saying, Jasper continued. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Kael'thari have a saying too, Eleanor replied, the ghost of a smile crossing her features. A warrior who stands alone falls alone. But 2 warriors back to back can hold against armies. Jasper extended his hand, a human gesture of trust. Eleanor took it. Behind them, the war raged on. Ahead, the stars stretched infinite and full of possibility. They were exiled, hunted, and alone. But they were alone together, and sometimes that made all the difference. In the darkness of space, 2 outcasts had found what their peoples had forgotten, that honor wasn't defined by species, and that humanity, true humanity, transcended biology entirely.